Jen Stolken, the CEO of Mixwell Beverages. Come on in to the Livestream Lounge. How's it going?
Thanks for having me.
Oh, you look fantastic. How's it going?
Thank you.
Go on, pull up a chair. Let's chat. So, for the people watching at home, Mixwell, tell us a little bit about the brand.
Mixwell is a premium soda for mixing. It was specifically made for mixing, so it is a soda, right, in its ingredient, but everything that we and the ingredients in the intrinsic was made that it is a better wingman for any liquor that it's mixed with.
Absolutely, great. And you are currently participating in the New Beverage Showdown. How has that experience been so far?
Oh, that's awesome. I mean, it's just to, you made it to the final round. Just get the feedback from the audience, get the feedback from the judges is priceless. So, we already won, and hopefully we take it all the way to the end.
Absolutely. We'll be watching here. So, the mixer category is so interesting because, it's we see a lot of other drinks now, say the kombuchas, drinking shrubs, drinking vinegars that sort of can be used as mixers and sometimes are marketed that way. But you guys are sort of taking a different approach, as you mentioned before, going for that craft soda. Are you guys sort of trying to own that category of really being, Mixwell is in the name, so I assume so. We do.
I mean, there is a very conscious decision by naming it the way it is. We want to make sure that it is always positioned as a wingman to another beverage. I remember I used to work with Red Bull quite a bit on the agency side, and Red Bull always had that very defined idea that it gives wings to or it delivers energy, and it was then used very much in the mixing world. But they never promoted this because they never said that this is something that they want. We would also like to be seen that you drink us without a mixer, but I would never promote this because the idea should always be that it is the better wingman. And by giving it the name, I think it's clearly that this is what we strive for. There are competitors in the market like Fever Tree and Q Tonic who have this similar idea. We believe that our products better, but we mostly believe that also our name and our positioning is more right in this place where the mixing and the new artesian beverage want to be.
Absolutely, and I think one of the things that's great about you guys is you guys have pretty interesting can technology. I mean, first the design is pretty striking, but also it's resealable.
It's the first resealable can in the United States. It's a patent that is actually comes from Germany, Munich. The company is called XO. It makes a great bigger container, not only more mobile, but also it keeps the freshness for a while. So we thought we'd try it and give it a chance because it's ecologically probably better in many cases, and it makes the can more versatile.
That's so interesting. Now, excuse me. Now, how much time do you guys spend? Obviously, when you're creating mixers, you're always thinking about the wingman, as you mentioned. How much time do you guys spend sort of developing recipes or trying to figure out the end product that your mixer will be used in terms of cocktails?
It took quite some time. We were very lucky that we co-founded this company with a bartender mixologist, Billy Ray, who has a great experience in mixing drinks, and he had exactly the idea what kind of ingredients you have to put in a mixer that you make a Moscow Mule or a Paloma even better than it is. So, for example, in the Paloma, our grapefruit has a little bit of sea salt, what is unusual for a soda, but it makes an amazing mixer with a mezcal or a chiquilla. So all these little nuances that took a while to find the right balance to make sense, and then also have the ingredients who offer us a shelf life that is acceptable, right? At least a year. So these things took a little while to understand the production implications in the recipes. But once we had it, I think it was pretty easy.
And what is the balance in your business between retail sales and people making cocktails at home and getting this into bars and restaurants and on premise? And when it is on premise, how do you sort of present the brand and make sure that people know that they're drinking a mixed drink made with Mixwell?
Yeah. Our strategy from the very beginning has been we have to convince the bartenders. It's a business-to-business proposition, more or less. If we don't get their blessing, it's really difficult to go in the off-premise. So our focus is still very much to get into the bars and into the hands of the bartenders. They are our best promoters, right? If they like it, they use it. We still haven't cracked, like many other brands, the idea that someone puts your product on the counter. One of the idea was the resealability, because if you reseal it, even if it tips over, it doesn't spill the counter. It's a very difficult task so that people really understand what brand is behind it. That's what we've been still working on. And it's mostly just building a relationship with these bartenders and really cater to them so that they feel that we have a product that makes their job easier and make their products better, and that's why the guest has a better night. The off-premise is a little bit it's the next step that we've been taking. We already moved in some accounts. It's more difficult to sustain. It has more volumes. Therefore, it's quite attractive when you build the company. But our focus for the years to come is very much on the on-premise still.
That's great. And in terms of retail and distribution, sort of where can people find you? Where are you looking to expand into for heading into 2018?
We got a year ago. Well, we got picked up by America's largest and biggest liquor distributor, Southern Wine and Glacier. So they have us on in California and in Nevada. We've been looking into more markets for 2018. Right now, we are at Target in all of, I think, 350 Targets in California and 14 in Nevada. We are at Vons, Albertson, and Pavilion, and we are at Total Wines.
That's great. And as someone who works with mixers all day, what do you drink when you get home at the end of the day? What's your preference?
Oh, I really love the smoky mezcal in a Paloma with a grapefruit soda.
Smoky mezcal, grapefruit soda, Paloma. Beautiful.
Mixed with grapefruit soda.
All right, I think I'm going to have one of those a little bit later. Gents, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you very much for having me.
Good luck in the showdown.
Appreciate it.
And we're going to keep things moving here in the Livestream Lounge.
You